All right, I just wanted to clarify a couple things. I had some really good conversations with a couple people during the break, and it's really good because, like I said, I'm trying to figure this stuff out. So if I can get in front of people and I can present and talk about it, if I can have conversations with people and they kind of make me think differently, like it's worthwhile for the trip. So I appreciate that. But a couple things came up and I just want to be really clear. So a couple people said getting the kids to get comfortable enough where they can talk with each other. I think that's important. Like for our camps, what I do in Winnipeg, we try to get the kids to really know each other. So everybody should know each other's names. You got to know a little bit about each other. Then you got to introduce people to each other, and so they feel comfortable enough where, if they need to group up and they need to work together, it's not so difficult. Like we had one kid that didn't really know anybody, and one year it wasn't very good, and he's like, I didn't really feel good. I was intimidated. So that's an adjustment. So I think that's really important. A couple people said, well, this is great, but I've got kids that are, they're okay, kids that are really good. What do I do? How does this framework work for us? And I just said, well, you can customize some of the constraints for certain individuals. So one of the things we started to do, and I can show it, I may not show it, but we'll see where it goes. Like we did a one-on-one warm-up game, and we said, what you got to figure out is if we're going to work on finishing, what specific area of finishing do you got to work on? So we do that one-on-one thing we were doing. Everybody's got to, work together and get to a basket, and you got to think about how this is game-like. Well, then it was, okay, for an individual basis, how do you need to get better at finishing? And then what they do is they'd go around and say, okay, well, I've got no weak hand. So I'm going to do every finish when I get to the basket, it's going to be with my weak hand. Other people, they were really, stiff with the balance. So they wanted to work on their rhythm. They wanted to work on changing levels, like low and wide, high and narrow. Anyway, they said, there's no dribble limit. I'm just going to do my thing. And then other kids, they dribble it too much, and they said, well, I'm going to be more efficient. So specifically when I'm attacking the basket. So anyway, I think that's important. The other thing, I think you got to set standards. Like I said to one coach, it's like educated freedom. You're not just rolling the ball out and saying, oh, we're going to play. No, there's a standard. Like I was working with my high school kids the other day, and we did a drill where it was focused on execution. So, and I may show it today. It was like a 3-on-3 cutthroat drill. So you have 3 people on defense, 3 people on offense. And what happened was, they were going to run an action. So let's say they run into a high pick and roll and they got to play. And then it's make it, take it, they got to throw it out. So that's cutthroat. But what I said was, think about your energy, think about your competitiveness, and I want you to define what that is. Okay, so one kid said, when we're competing at a high level, we run things at pace. So I said, what's pace? Well, pace, so we were running that throw and go. So we had, can I get one of you guys to stand up? You're in the corner. Okay, I need somebody guarding them. Okay, yep, quick. Somebody guard me. Okay, so we're throw and go. So this is, in the NBA, they call this pistol action. So this, with our high school team, we've got a bunch of dudes that are small, all can create their own shot, and we want to run like quick hitting action to get dribble drive motion. So he'd cut at a diagonal, okay, like straddling the 3-point line. I'd hit him, and now I'm going to sprint off, okay? And what they found was, talking about pace and setting a standard for what we do and how we play, he's cutting, and they said, well, if I come off this thing and I casually jog, what happens is, again, everybody's relatively, the same size. He just switches this thing out, and I have no advantage downhill. Then what they're like, well, if we back this up and I throw it and I sprint off of this thing, I put more pressure on the defense. So what started to happen, he's chasing over top, you hold on to it for a second, he commits, and you fake it and you go. So they were understanding that if we run things at pace, we're going to get greater advantages. So what I'm saying is, you got to set a standard. With all that stuff I'm talking about, complexity, you're not just rolling the ball and having the kids play. It's educated freedom, you set your standards. So I've done things where I said, hey guys, like today we don't got it. We're not playing at that standard that you guys set. Guess what? The workout's done. We're not going to just the one thing that kills me, we got to pressure the ball this year. If anybody's run this, swarm defense by Wayne Walters, hit me up, because that's the thing we're doing. It's different, but one of the big things is we have huge ball pressure. So when I come to the gym and the kids are playing and there's not huge ball pressure, I stop everything. So you got to have some standards that you have every day, that your kids, when they play, this is what we do. That make sense? Okay. You guys are good. You can take a seat. Okay, so then the other thing I had, and this is kind of relating back to the video, and if you can't see it, it's not, it's cool if you can see it, but it's not the end of the world. I worked with a guy who's playing pro in France, and he's from Winnipeg. He played at the University of Calgary, and he said, let's do a workout, and I worked him out like one time, and he's like, this is just before he was leaving. And I said to him, what are you working on? Like, how can I help you? And trying to empower him and saying, this is about you, this isn't about me. I'm trying to come in and help you. And he says, well, I need to finish better. I'm like, all right, that's cool. Like, I listen to the player or whatever. And he's a smart dude. I'm not, saying that he's not. But I'd watch the video and I'm like, dude, it's not about finishing. You got to do a better job in terms of changing pace, changing direction. You got to take better shots. Like, you can't get in the paint wildly out of control, 6 feet away from the basket, and you're just hucking at the basket. That's not a finishing problem, that's a shot selection problem. So the biggest thing is, I told him, it's like the macro-micro thing. Macro maybe for him is finishing, but there's these micro things like shot selection, being in control. Like, if you're gonna go off 1 foot, you better cut the angle, initiate, and then find free space and play, if that makes sense. Yeah? So anyway, with the video, that's kind of what I wanted to show. If I play it, first of all, I'll ask this. Does anybody use video? Just put up your hand if you use video with your kids. Okay. And how do you use video? Like, do you mean like coach's eye, or do you mean like this kind of stuff? Okay, so take me through the process. Like, what does that mean?
After a tournament, they'll go through and analyze the game film. I'll find out mistakes we've made and save them, and I'll find things good that we did, save them.
Right.
Try and point out the mistakes and get the real corrective.
Okay.
Show them the good things and say, hey, we're gonna go.
And how long is your video sessions?
How many years? Or
Yeah, I'm talking like if you have a video session, how long is the video? All that kind of stuff.
It might take about 10 minutes.
Sweet. I think that's a good number. I think the biggest thing with kids that I've noticed is it's edutainment. It's education, entertainment. You got to hold their attention. I can pull a kid in and I can break the video down. We can find 100 things. But for me, it's what's the one thing. So with Jared, the pro guy, was like, the thing is finishing, but we're saying how you can be a better finishing. And you got to think about shot selection. You got to think about rhythm, levels, how you create a slight advantage. So anyway, I'll play it. And Jared has the ball. He's the point guard. A lot of his stuff comes out of pick and roll. So we saw an ice. So my point, again, going to the player, this is my point. He comes down, I said, Jared, one of the issues is, this is like a rare clip for him, you play too fast. Like, everything you do, it's like, I know you're attacking because like you're in this flex position, you're playing fast with the ball, so you got to understand rhythm. Sometimes you play slow. It's not a bad thing to be deceptive and sometimes get into offense like this, for him. For some guys, you got to kind of speed them up to initiate, and so we're not wasting time. But his role in that team is you got to create your own shot. You're a scorer in our league. So anyway, I said to him, slow down. You got this change of pace, this burst. He finds free space. For the most part, he's on balance. Okay, again, we see the ice like Coach talked about. The other thing we talked about with Jared is like every inch at this level. These dudes are so athletic, they're so long. You've got to be efficient with what you do. You can't play around. So what he did to set up this pick and roll, and he moved his guy about a foot, is he used a jab to set up the drive. So I said, Jared, this is big for you. You're getting more space. You can get downhill. It's going to be easier. You got more space. Again, there's some type of setup of the reject. He comes down again. I know coaches, it's hard to see, and I can send this to you if you want. But he uses like a skip hesitation to set up the reject, and he comes the other way. And again, he's playing in space. If he's a scorer, he's got to play in space. He's got to find a way. Okay, here's a little bit of catch and go. He catches it, he loads his feet on the airtime, and he gains that slight advantage where he can play in space. Okay, so this is the clip. These are some of the clips that I wasn't not that I wasn't happy with, but we could fix. So again, like even just giving, a little bit of an in and out or a jab to shake this dude an inch. The big set's no screen, he slips with no pace. So there's a couple issues, but, just cleaning up some of those details. Like this is the stuff I'm talking about. And the other thing I watched with the players, I can't see the clock. What's the clock at? Talking about variables. He's got like 6 seconds. So I said, dude, it's going to be tough, but like these shots, you got to do a better job creating some space for yourself. So we watched Kemba Walker. We're getting him to load and play with some rhythm. But all I'm trying to get to you guys, we're not going to watch all these, but like this is another one. Like he's like this breakdown dude, and he had the toughest time when we were trying to break down rhythm with him. So he gets a switch, he drags it out, which I said, this is great for you. You're creating all this space. But he's just all like in his body, just trying to make these quick shifting combos, and he's not creating any daylight to the rim. So anyway, what I'm trying to get you guys to think is you got to let the players have some self-discovery. They got to think, okay, coach, what do I got to get better at? Well, this is what I think, and you let them have some say, and then maybe you look at the video, and then then you break it down. And then the other thing I want you to think about is like, what are your blind spots as a coach? Because when I was growing up, again, I mentioned my brother, I'd have this group all year long. I'd have them all year long. I'd be working with them, and then I couldn't see them in different areas. Like they weren't on other club teams. I never had, like, these are situations. I didn't have a guest coach. It was only my voice. So what I'm asking you to do is, like, I went and I saw a kid play, and I've been working him out the last 2 months, and I saw him playing his club game. I'm like, holy shit, we got to clean this up. We got to clean this up. But it's because I got so comfortable seeing him in my gym, and I had these biases like, oh, this is what he does. This is what he does. And I was creating these things in my mind, like, this is what he does. And then I watched him play, and I'm like, no, I got to change some things. So I think if you can get a different perspective on things, you can bring in a guest coach, just to have a different voice. You're watching their club games. Video, if you can integrate video and just show a couple clips. I think those are huge things just to think about. Any questions with the video or criticisms too? It's good? We're good? Okay. So what we'll do is I'm going to get the players out, and I'm going to show some of my favorite small-sided games. Was Tanner around? So I'm going to show some of my favorite small-sided games. There's one kid I'm working with right now. He's in grade 11, and I think he's going to be a U Sports guy. So I'm really looking at his individual needs, and then I'm looking at my high school team and making them work together where everything kind of mixes and fits. And one of the things he needs to work on is his weak hand. Like, it's unbelievable how he just won't dribble with his left hand. So every day I'm trying to get him playing different situations to work as we can, but at the same time, everybody else on our team is getting, much better with that kind of stuff. Okay, so there's a bunch of skills that we're working on at the same time. So the first one we're going to work on. You know what I'll do? I'll put this here. Okay, first one. So again, I saw him do this. I watched their club game. So what I'm going out right now is I'm watching all our high school guys play. And my man, can you get that water bottle and put it on the side? Thanks, dude. I'm watching our high school kids play in club, and I'm trying to understand, okay, going back to my workouts, are the things that I'm doing in practice actually helping these kids? Are they understanding concepts? Are they taking chances and applying some of the things that we're working on? So I've got these questions going through my head. The one thing that he really struggled with is when he goes right, and everybody in the freaking province knows he can't go left. He's a pretty good player. But when he drives, and let's say he goes behind the back, like receive, it's really weird. So one of the drills that I kind of made up, we'll do this. We'll have a guy on defense. Okay, so a guy on defense holding the chair. Okay, and this is how I progressed it. I started with the chair. I don't like having the chair on the floor, but This is just just to give him a slight advantage to feel comfortable going left. So you need to back up, okay? So what's gonna happen is you're gonna attack this chair, attack the defender, right hand, okay? You're gonna get to a behind the back wrap, and you're gonna change hands, okay? And you're gonna attack the rim, okay? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stand at the nail right here. Okay, and not only do you have to beat him with the behind and get to the cup, I'm gonna come down and try to strip you. Okay, there's a couple things you could do. You could pop it up, like if you're big and long, you pop it up. You could like double tap it underneath. You know, you could come down here and throw it out ahead. You gotta figure that out. Okay, my man, where'd you put my water? My guy, where's my water? I'm dying. Can you get it for me? Okay, appreciate it, dude. Okay, ready? Let's go. Behind, good, good. And then we need a guy on D. So you're on D? Okay, we can do that. Yeah, sure. Okay, let's go. Thanks, dude. Good. Okay, so the other thing I'll say is, as soon as he gets like hip to hip in this area, then you're live. Okay. So let's do it again. So again, I'm giving him a slight advantage just where he can feel like comfortable with this behind the back. Ready? Go. Good, good. And then you gotta attack. Good. Ready? Let's just do this in partners. I think it's better. You got to be here. One of you guys is here. All right. Here we go. Behind. Good. Okay, again, as soon as he goes hip to hip, you're live. Here we go. Good. Nice. Good finish. Here we go. Who's up? Here we go. Let's go. Behind. Attack. Good. Ready? Behind. Good. Okay, so you guys see the point of what we're trying to do. This is where I think you can give the kids a couple things. You can check some details. Number one, I saw a couple kids that come down here and they go behind the back and they get super narrow and skinny. And this is going to be tough to get in and get out of this move. The second thing I saw is like the behind the back, and this is something that the kid had a hard time with. He'd come down here, the kid I'm working with, he comes here and he'd wrap it and it wouldn't be tight. He'd wrap it like this and the ball would shoot that way. Okay? Another thing I'd say to the kids, again, self-discovery, giving them some opportunity to maybe work on a specific move. I'd say, okay, now you can do any move you want. It's right to left, okay? But it's the same thing. I'm here. You can go between the legs. You can maybe get into like a skip, cross. You can do anything you want. Doesn't have to be behind. Ready? Let's go. Good. Attack. Oh. Good. Good. Yep. Ready? Yep. Let's go. Yeah. Attack. Yeah. Here we go. Good. And then the other thing I like is that we got a couple guys that are getting a real good driving angle. They're getting north-south. They're attacking the front of the rim. Good. Yeah, some guys may pick it up, some guys may throw it through. Nice. So if we rewind and we talk about trying to facilitate these guys, let's back this up. Rewind. Let's do it again. Okay, so let's get hip to hip. See. Okay, what do you yeah. And you're attacking, freeze. So we want to think what when you're here, when you're trying to get somewhere, where do you want to get to? The front of the rim. So what are you going to have to do? So when you show me, drive it, and then even more, freeze. Even more, you're going to have to do what? If you want to get to front of the rim, you got this guy, because if you go right to the rim, it's going to push you off your line, and you're going to go over here, and you're going to do one of these, like on the. So what do you need to do? You got to get in front of him and initiate contact, right? So let's rewind, do it again. I'll give you a second chance. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, attack. Good, and that's going to happen. Okay, that's going to happen where we can change direction. He overcommits it to the left hand, and you got to come back to the right. That's good. Okay? Okay, cool. So, again, that's one of the drills that we do. Another drill we do, okay, talking about maybe some pick and roll. One of the guys has a really hard time making a pass with his weak hand. Okay? So, I just called it the Steve Nash drill just because I see Steve doing all these passes left and right. So we'll get someone dead top. Right here. Okay, and you'll have the ball?
Yeah.
Okay, get somebody right here, guarding, and we'll give you, we'll give you a slight advantage. We'll go ball on the shoulder, okay? We'll go somebody on the weak side here, okay, right here. Yeah, yeah, sure, dude. Yeah, you're good. Somebody guarding, okay? And one of you guys is out, so you can be out. So you're gonna be just in help like this, okay? So forcing kids to pass with their weak hand, okay? And this is probably gonna be pretty tough for these guys, but we'll see how it goes. All you're gonna do is you're gonna rip it off his shoulder. As soon as he rips it off his shoulder, it's gonna be live, and you're live and you can play. But the one thing we'll say is you can't score. So you can't score, so you're gonna have to make this pass here, okay? Now, what you're doing is you can't face guard. We can't face guard, just deny. What's gonna happen is you're gonna drive it with the left, drive with the left, drive with the left. You're gonna stunt, and then you're gonna close out and play, okay? All right, let's see you guys run through this, and I'll just talk to the coaches as we're going. Okay. So again, what I'm trying to do in some of these workouts is I know who some of my best players are, and I know some of them have really big goals, and they put in a lot of time. So for me, I'm saying, you know, you guys are good whenever. Okay, I'm just gonna watch this through. Yeah, and play. Good, and rotate quickly, please. Here we go. So I got some guys with some big goals and they want to play at the next level. So for me, okay, hey, long day, I get it. Hey, guys, this is what I need. I need somebody sitting, okay, so somebody's out, and then we'll just have the two dudes rotate. It's just going to be easiest because, hey, listen, hey, one thing. All I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to show the coaches the drill, and then we can just get you guys rolling quick, okay? All right, so here we go. Okay. So I want to address the individual needs, but I also, as a team, I want to hit on things that are practical for everybody. So this, you guys play, and I'm going to break this down. Good. Yep. And we can play twos out of this. That's fine. Yep. Let's go. Come on. Next rep. Let's go. Good. And we're just playing twos. Okay, so you guys have seen the drill. Now this is what I want you to think about. If we get the ball up at the top, okay? The ball's here. Someone's guarding. We've got two people in the corner. Okay, so a couple things. There's going to be times in the game where I drive it. You know, the defense may be too tight, and then they start to fan out, okay? So, like teaching the Gretzky. You know, you see Steve when he played, sometimes he'd drive it, you know, from these spots, come underneath, and keep it. Because this guy's not available. This guy hasn't done his work early, gotten any type of separation to get open, so I can make this pass. So sometimes I may have to keep my balance, and you got to move, and we got to play. The other thing is in terms of spacing. Okay, and again, I'm working with this one guy and trying to get him to work on his left hand, but everybody's benefiting because they're learning spacing, they're learning, you know, to keep the ball playing control, so he drives it. This is something we talk to, you know, every level. You drive it. I got to be real good. I can't stand here, freeze. I can't stand here if I'm on offense and be in line. Why? Yeah, there's no passing line, right? But at the same, so if I move, and let's say you drive it, and I move all the way over here, and he's still got his bounce, I kind of get out of his line of vision. So for spacing, I got to stay in your line of vision, and at the same time, I got to get to a spot where there's an open passing lane. Okay, so I've got this drill trying to work on the left hand, but there's all these little things that I can address and clean up in terms of the spacing. I can talk for shot preparation. Hey, if you catch that thing in the corner on the closeout, if you're hesitating, turnover. I can put that rule in. You got to be quick with it. Okay? Questions? How we doing? Okay. Let's do this one. Okay, so pick and roll. We've got somebody right here. We're matched up. Okay? We've got somebody on the ball. We've got person right here. Somebody guarding. Somebody on the ball, perfect. I'm gonna be right here. Okay. So, one kid again, he struggled when he saw any type of trap with his left hand, making any type of pass, and also playing sped up. Like he'd come off a pick and roll, set this pick and roll, especially with his left, let this guy really bully him, okay, and he'd just be popping it without even taking a peek at the roller, okay? So this is a drill that we did with him last week. You've got the ball, just talking like basic pick and roll defense. You're square, okay? You're back. Back this up, okay? You see the pick and roll coming, freeze, like coach is talking about. You got to talk early. You got to be loud, and you got to, be continuous, like say it 3 times, okay? So right now we'll just say weak, like coach is saying. So weak, okay? Which means for you, you got to get into the ball, okay? Like this. You got to be real physical, and you got to make sure he uses it, okay? Now you're sprinting over, okay? When you say weak, for us that's going to be a red. So we're going to red meaning trap. So weak. This is a trap. Good. Freeze. You're going to short roll and you're going to play in here. So hard roll, not to the rim, but in the pocket in here. Okay. What's going to happen is, again, this isn't. I'll just explain. You're coming off. So let's get to a weak. Let's get to a weak to the short roll. Okay. Good. Short roll. Freeze. Good. What's going to happen? Either you're going to put your hands up over your head like this. If he puts his hands up, you got to make the pass. You're going to like Euro skip it to me. Yeah, hit me. Relocate quick. Now we're playing live one-on-one, okay, against the guy who was on the ball. Okay, let's go. If he keeps his hands down, we're saying that he's not open. Somebody came on the bottom, come to tag the short roll. We've got someone open on this side. Okay, so what you got to do is you got to make it pass to me. I'll give it right back. Ready? Let's go. You get out, take a look, hit me, right back. Good, okay, good. Rotate. We'll do like one more rep and then we're gonna add to this. Quick, let's go. Ready? Here we go, let's hear the call. Freeze, stop. So it's a trap, so you gotta, like you're aggressively trapping the ball. And then got on the ball, you gotta get into him and stay up. Okay, ready? Here we go. Stop. So details. You're square. So play him square. Okay, probably for me it would be keep him to the outside. Okay? When you hear it, weak, then you jump into it. Ready? Here we go. Trap. Good, skip it. One more. Play. Good, that's all right, good. Okay. So are you ready? Are you ready to play at that pace? Be shot ready to shoot this thing. One thing that I've thought about a lot is if we're trying to work on a kid's shot preparation, getting to shoot the ball. Sometimes what I'd say is, hey, if you shoot a catch and shoot today, we make this worth 5. So this is going to be worth 5. Everything else is just 2. So that's another thing, again, changing. So that getting the kid I'm working with, I need him to get him comfortable making these shots. Okay? So I give him 5 points for this if he makes it. Okay? Okay, so how could I make this more complex? I could add some scoring to it. So now you got 5 and 2. Another thing we could do is I could make it a more complex action. Again, like I mentioned, we're like a motion team. So we've got, and it's also for him to think to the next play. He forces some shots. I just want him to take better shots. Say we get into a pick and roll. Again, we trap it. It's the same drill. We're weaking. Okay, we throw it, pass it to me. Okay. I hold on to it. Now I look to get into a dribble handoff. Maybe it's a dribble handoff. Maybe I keep it. Maybe you go down there. Now I'm going to come get you in a pin down. And now you got to play. So you're playing off multiple actions. He doesn't get hung up on, I got to shoot this one. So he can take better shots. So let's run that one through. Here we go. Yep. Good. Skip it. Did I dribble at you? Right, yeah, you say space because what could happen is, listen, my guy, I'm playing out of a closeout. So I could drive this maybe, like that's another thing I could add. Maybe if I drive this and you got to play, it's a fill behind. Maybe he skips it to me, he skips it, and I drive it. Now what do you got to do? If I drive it at you, what do you got to do? You guys, let's do it. Let's walk this through. So again, I'm just trying to add complexity, other reads. We could have action off the ball where I hold it. Yeah, so if I get it, and I come off and I drive it right back into this gap, what's going to happen if you stand right here?
Face this way.
Yeah, absolutely. Space.
To force to stay.
Yeah, make him make a decision. Is he going to stop me? Or is he going to stay home with you, stunt, and now I got to make a play downhill? Okay, that's good. Yeah, think a little bit. That's good. All right, so here's another thing we started to do. I need person matched up right here. Yeah. Okay, you guys can get a ball as well. Okay, we're paired up again. All right, so I say to him, when you go right, you just, what is it, Larry, the cable guy? I don't know if you guys watch it. He just says like "get her done" kind of thing. You guys watch that show? I don't know. He says "get her done." And so I say to the plate, that's what your philosophy is with your right hand. You just get her done. Like, if he cuts you off, you'll fake spin, you'll stop, you'll get to your right hand. You'll make it work. I say, but when you get it to your left hand, man, you're hesitant. You can't play at pace. I need you to be able to do that with both hands, especially at his size, okay? So what we're going to do is you're going to start on the free throw line, facing this way with the ball. You're on defense, and we're going to play full court. So let's get you guys off the floor. Okay, yeah, this is what's going to happen. I mean, you guys can get it. Yeah, if you have a pair, you can get in. So you're on defense, my man. Yeah, dude, you can get in. Let's jump in. Let's give him a partner. We have 6. Yeah, let's go, dude. Okay, just one of you guys. I'm sorry, dude. All right, so what's going to happen? You're on defense. You're guarding. Let's go. Like, guard him. We're going this way. Yeah. Okay, so what I said to him, you guys are off. You guys are off. This is one-on-one. Okay. I say to him, you can only go left. You can only dribble with the left hand, and you got to figure it out. You can take pull-ups. If you need to down there, you can finish with your right hand. But right now, when you're attacking him in the full court, you got to dribble with the left hand only. No right hand at all. You got to figure it out. Ready? Go. That's all right. Play. Good. All right, good. Okay, so let's run it back. Yeah, you guys are off. That's okay. So next. So I'll say this. So for the coaches. So what our guy was doing is he played at one speed. So I like that you played at a pretty decent pace. Like you were kind of, but for the most part it was one speed. Like I want to see if this guy can go left and drive it as hard as he can, stop and go, and then eventually cut the angle to the rim like we worked on with the behind the back. Okay, ready? Go. Nice, good. Ready? Who's next? Let's go, one more, come on. Let's go. Sweet. Okay, so then talking about complexity, I could add another defender down here. I could just play down here and play defense, dummy D. Okay, just again, taking away space. Okay, okay, another thing we started, initiating offense with the weak hand. Something you struggle with. I'll get someone on the lane line here, right here, extended. Okay, we're gonna be right here with the ball. You're gonna be, I need a ball right here. All right, somebody's guarding them. I need dead corner, let's go. Okay. Matched up, this is gonna be 2-on-2. All right, here's what's gonna happen. In terms of positioning, we want this guy in the corner to take space away. So, my man, you're guarding the ball. I need somebody, and we've got 2, so you're out, man. You gotta be out. I got 2-on-2. Okay. So, guy in the corner, he's taking away space. He's shrinking the. He doesn't want to get this, this open. So, we're giving this guy a couple of reads in terms of initiating offense. Okay. So now you gotta come down with some pressure with your left hand. Yeah. Good. Okay. Okay. And then you're gonna make an entry. But the first thing I'm going to say is you can't hug this sideline because your angles are all messed up. You got to maintain your spacing. Okay, so you're in here. Okay, you're going to make a couple reads. Okay, if he's in a deny and there's just no way, I can just get this catch, you're just going to push him through. So you're just going to wave him off, push him through. Yeah, and you have the ball in your left hand. So you see that? Push him through. Then you're coming. then you can attack with the weak hand. Then you gotta attack and you gotta get to the basket. Let's back this up, okay? Back this up. And if you get the catch, again, mentioning the throw and go, you can come diagonal out of the corner, straddle the three-point line, and we play, okay? Then there's advanced reads, like if I'm denied, let's back this up, okay, and you're playing me. And I come up, like it could be sometimes where we say, you're gonna drive this thing. You know, I'm gonna screen on the pistol, but we won't talk about that. Just push them through or get to throw and go. We'll keep it simple. So giving them a couple options that we would do in our own offense. Okay, this is the throw and goes and entry. Okay, so ready? We got some pressure. Good. Yep. And we got to play, that's all right. So sometimes maybe if you feel that defender in the corner is hugging the corner and you've got space, maybe you just go. That's a good read. Okay? We got that, coaches? How we doing? Any questions so far? Hey, you know what? I'll just say this. You know, I appreciate you guys staying this long because it just shows you guys want to get better. You know, I know it's been a long day. It's great. Okay, so here's a game I really like. I call this the paint game, and I got this from one of my buddies, Ross McMains. He's, again, I'm not trying to just bring out names. He's working with the New York Knicks as a video coordinator. And I just kind of adjusted it. So anyway, this is the game, paint game. So one of the things I talked about is we're trying to get with our kids to have extreme high ball pressure. That's something we do all the time, okay? So one of the games we came up with is we got somebody with the ball, okay? We got somebody on the ball, so somebody guarding. My man, you don't have a ball. Good. You other guys are off, okay? So here's the game, okay? And we would use this like as a warm-up. So we're trying to get the kids to really pressure the ball. At the same time, offensively, they got to be able to handle pressure. They got to be efficient. When our kids see a lot of pressure, they tend to over-dribble. So can you be efficient? Can you get to your spots? Okay? So what we're going to see is huge ball pressure. The game is, if you can get below this chair, so you make your move. You make your move. You get below this chair. Okay? You're going to get a point. Okay? If you get a point, you get back to the nail. Quick, because you're going to be timed. Okay? If he starts to say, well, I don't want to get beat anymore, I'm just going to like sag. If you take the pull-up, it's worth 3. Okay? You've got like 45 seconds. Okay? To see how many points you can get. You guys ready? Hold up, I didn't start the clock. Ready? Go. Good. 1. 2. My man, you got to get in the stance. You got to get up here. Let's go. Come on now, you got to work. Let's go. Freeze. Stop. I need an older guy. Older guy. Let's go. Younger guy can't do it. That's all right. That's all right, dude. You're good. Ready? Let's try again. Ready? Go. Good. 1. 2. Pressure. You can jab at it. Yep. Yeah, try to stay in between the lane lines if you can. Good. Pressure. Come on, pressure. Good. Yep. Let's go. Let's go. Yep. Right away. Give it to him. Pressure. Come on, dude. You got to work. Let's go. Grind this thing out. Yep. Get it to him quick. You got 20 seconds. Yeah, and it's a little bit of a conditioner. Let's go. Get up. Oh, let's go. 10 seconds. Yep. Good. Freeze. So what we do, we got about 12 guys attending our workouts. We'd get, I don't know, groups of 3, and we'd have these side baskets. And I put on my timer. I got music going, and we're just playing. Okay. And again, I like it for conditioning. I like getting the guys into the habit of really pressuring the ball, okay? And then offensively, handling that pressure, being efficient, stopping, starting, shifting my body efficiently, okay? Yeah, we could do that too. Yeah, sure. Yeah, either way. That's good. Okay, so here's another game that I really like that we're doing with our high school kids because we're spending a lot of time. I haven't been there for a while. A couple years. So in terms of teaching them motion, teaching them how to play, one of the things is like decision-making fatigue. So like when my brother was coming up, I mean, I wouldn't say he dominated the ball and played the point guard all the time, but he developed this like decision-making endurance where he could come down and initiate offense forever. Like I could get into throw and go, I could cut, I could receive a flare, and we'd run offense fluid. So he was smart, he had the concentration, but I feel some of these kids, man, they come down and they can't run offense for multiple possessions at a time. They're like, man, I need a break. I can't handle the pressure, I can't handle the decision making, I can't play at pace. So one of the things we started to do is I call it ping pong. Okay, this is a small-sided game. We got three guys here. Oh, are we gonna have enough? We got 6?
We got 6.
All right. Okay, so you guys gotta visualize this. So here's how the game would work. Okay, I need 3 guys here. Yeah, dude, you're it, man. Yeah. All right, so you guys are matched up. Okay, what would happen? So ping pong, the game is, I'm gonna put 1 minute on my timer, okay? This team's gonna play offense 1 minute straight. Okay, so my man, the ball's here. Either the ball's gonna be for us, we're gonna be 5 out. So the ball's either gonna be in the middle, okay, or the ball's gonna be coming down like the alley, at the 45. You can pick, if you're here, we'd like to see 2 guys away for right now. If I come down the middle, I'd like to see 2 wings. Yeah? Okay, so my man, if he's in the middle, you're gonna go there? Either way, it's fine. Okay, so you're gonna be in the wing? All right. Okay, so what we did is for ping pong, we scripted action. So I gave them basically high pick and roll. So they're gonna play out of a high pick and roll, and again, working on decision-making fatigue, okay, or endurance. I have the same guy initiating offense for 1 minute straight, okay? So we're gonna come down, we're coming down. One of you guys is gonna set one, and we play. I don't care how you guard the pick and roll right now. Like you could weak it and trap it like we were doing before. Run it, you can go under, I don't care. Okay, so what would happen is, again, we're short guys. But I'd have 3 people down here, defensively, 3 down there, 3 in the middle. We've got, let's say, more guys. We could do this 4 on 4 and 4. Okay, we could do a team out of bounds, and they just flip, they take, turns on defense. Okay, but for every team, we have one guy saying, hey, you're the guy who initiates offense. Okay, and everybody else has to space and play, but you're going to initiate our offense and play at pace. Ready? So what we're going to do is you guys are just going to come down, you'll come back center, and then you'll just do it again. Ready? Yeah, you're scoring. Yeah, you're good. Ready? What's that? You can, it's live, man, right away, you're good. You play right away. Yeah. Okay, ready? Let's go. Good. So what would happen? They'd keep it. You got to get it quick. Come down the middle. You're coming out wide. My man, you're coming out wide. Hey, freeze. So again, we're visualizing. You're on offense, right? So you're coming down this way. You pretend you're coming down this way. You're coming down this way. And we'd be playing 3 on 3. You guys would stay on your side. We're coming down. Good. You'd run your pick and roll. And now we're coming back. You guys just ran it. We scored. Now you're coming back. We got to run this way. Here we go. Pick and roll. Here we go. We're into it. That's all right. Good. Now get in and go. Come on, get in and go. Same team. Let's go. Good. You run your pick and roll. Run your pick and roll. Good. We go. Good. Other way. So here's the challenge. I put 1 minute on the clock. Let's go. I put 1 minute on the clock. If they don't run this at pace, they get less reps. So because there's a timer, now you got to run this at pace. Okay? And then we could get into more complex actions. Let's back this up. So again, for us, we're going to be playing 5 out. Ball here. Up top. Here. Okay? We're out this way. So I call this Euro action. We're 5 out, so we're going to back cut a bunch. Okay? So for us, this is called Euro action as an entry or just an action within our offense. So we'd push through. You're guarding. Again, a more complex action. Push through. You're going to go through. I'm dribbling at you. You're going through. You got to get your catch. Get open here. Dead top, get your catch. Good. You got to take your guy underneath the rim. I'm going to come get you in a down screen. I'm coming to get you. I can slip it, I can set it, we're playing. If they switch, you can curl it, pop back, that's sweet. Okay? If the ball's on the side, let's say it's from the side. Again, we're calling this Euro action. We're here, ball's on the side. In the alley, I got somebody dead top. Good. Okay? Again, we're thinking we're 5 out. So I'm going to dribble at you, back cut hard to the rim. Good, good. I'm going to come at you with a handoff. Good. You know, and we're playing. I could get you again. Now you, yeah, and we're playing, right? So that's another action. It's a little bit more complex, but I'm scripting this action. Sometimes I'll say to the kids, you pick the action. I don't care what you run. You got to run some action down here, and you're fine. Like if he just wants to come down and they're just trying to get as many shots up as possible, let's do it. Just play at pace, okay? We got it? Yeah, ideally there's a standard and we have pressure and guys are in, in a stance. Do they feel, early offense, I got to catch and shoot early, we'll say that's all right. Okay? All right, so another thing we did the other day, again, thinking back to that one player I'm working with, I watched him play and he had a tough time in the backcourt against pressure. They were like throwing random, it was pretty much junk D and they were just running two guys at him. They were face guarding him. There wasn't a lot of space. So one of the games we came up with, and I'm sure you guys have done it, just 3-on-3 continuous. So you're here, you guys are matched. So what happens is you're going to just initiate offense.
We don't guard him?
You're guarding, yep. Okay, you play, you get your catch. Yeah, and we're just playing. Now, freeze. Let's say you break them down, you get to the cup, break them down, get to the cup, okay, and you get a layup. Okay, we get the layup, say it goes in, okay. What we'd say is we want guys to play hard, and I found against pressure, especially when we're just, we try to motivate them in different ways or try to facilitate and encourage them, hey, you got to pressure the ball, you got to trap, you got to, this is one of the things we did. So the ball goes in the basket, okay? The team that just scored, okay, so we just scored it, put it in the basket, okay? You guys are now on defense, okay? The team that was just on D, you're going to take it out, okay? We've got huge ball pressure. Again, with that kid I'm working with, we're trying to get him to be better against face guards, okay? He's face guard, double team. You're into these guys. You're getting no catch. Over the top is okay right now. You're just really into them. So we got huge pressure. Yeah, you're on the ball, okay? So let's take the ball out. Let's take the ball out, man. Take the ball out. Yeah, we got it. Pressure. Good. Freeze. This is what's going to happen. I'll give them double points if they get a score. So, I'm sorry, if they get a steal and they score. So let's say you guys are trying to get your catch. You get a deflection, okay? You get it, you put it in. Good, perfect. Double points, that's 4 points. Take it out of bounds again. You guys got to take it out again. Huge ball pressure. Get your catch, okay? Good. Yeah, and then we're playing. You got to get it over half. Yeah, good. Now freeze. Good. I like how you guys sprinted in. That's good. You guys who were just on offense, defending back here, you guys would stay. Okay, and again, the rules of 3-on-3 continuous. Then we'd have somebody over here. Okay, for our small group stuff, the other day we had 6. I would just get them, you mentioned the pass. It'd just be like cutthroat. So they'd pass it out to me, be live on a miss, let's say. They miss a shot, offense, defense flips, comes outside, outlet, and we play. Okay. All right, I think I think that's where I'm at. Any questions or any things you're struggling with that, your kids just aren't getting or you guys want to, got anything? We're done, I think. Okay, we're good, guys. Thank you.